Have you ever wondered why certain DIY electric bikes can outrun motorcycles at top speed? It sounds incredible, right? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because in today's video, we're going to reveal the secrets behind how some people are building DIY e-bikes that leave actual motorcycles in the dust. But before we dive into that, I've got a quick favor to ask. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give this video a big like, and let me know in the comments what you think about these supercharged electric bikes. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on the content we have lined up, especially if you've ever dreamed of cruising at high speed on a bike that you built yourself. Ready to jump in? Let's go! Section 1. Understanding the rise of DIY electric bikes. In the past decade, electric bikes have gone from obscure, geeky passion projects to a widespread phenomenon. The reason for their explosive popularity is clear. E-bikes are fun, environmentally friendly, and cost-effective. But over time, an interesting development has emerged. Some DIY e-bike enthusiasts aren't just satisfied with normal commuting speeds. They're pushing these bikes to astonishing limits, turning them into real speed demons. It's not surprising. When you think about an electric powertrain, you realize that instant torque is one of its biggest advantages. E-bikes use electric motors that can provide maximum torque from 0 RPM, meaning they can accelerate extremely quickly. Enthusiasts have harnessed this fact, experimenting with larger motors, custom battery packs, and specialized components to achieve mind-blowing performance. But here's the hook. Why exactly are some of these DIY builds actually outpacing motorcycles? Isn't that supposed to be impossible? Aren't motorcycles designed for higher speeds, with bigger engines? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the factors that make these DIY speedsters so formidable, and maybe, just maybe, inspire you to consider building, or at least test riding, one yourself. Section 2. The appeal of speed has always been a universal obsession. Whether it's in cars, motorcycles, or bicycles, going fast is thrilling. Motorcycles have long been the pinnacle of personal speed machines, until now. DIY electric bike builders are discovering innovative ways to harness electric power to reach speeds that, in some cases, actually match or exceed traditional motorcycles. But what drives these enthusiasts? Some love the challenge of engineering. Others want the exhilarating feeling of overtaking cars and motorcycles on a custom machine they built from scratch. And of course, there's an undeniable element of prestige in having an e-bike so powerful it can embarrass a gas-powered motorcycle at the drag strip. However, let's drop another hook here. Is it safe? High-speed e-bikes aren't just about bolting on a massive motor and calling it a day. Safety becomes a critical concern, from frame integrity to braking systems. Even so, the chase for speed continues. Some people just can't resist the allure of riding a bike that leaves onlookers gaping in astonishment. In the next sections, we'll peel back the layers of how these DIY e-bikes achieve such performance. By understanding the components involved, batteries, motors, controllers, and more, you'll see why it's actually possible, and maybe more straightforward than you think, to design an e-bike that's faster than a motorcycle. Section 3. Key components of a high-performance DIY e-bike battery packs. The battery pack is the heart of any electric bike. It supplies power to the motor and determines how far and fast you can go. DIY builders who aim for motorcycle-level speeds often use high-voltage, high-capacity battery packs. These packs might consist of multiple lithium-ion cells wired in series to achieve higher voltage, sometimes 72 volts or more, or in parallel to increase capacity. Why does voltage matter? Higher voltage means the motor can spin faster and produce more power. Of course, bigger battery packs also add weight. The trick is balancing capacity. voltage, and weight in a way that keeps the bike nimble yet powerful. Motors. Next up is the motor, which is arguably the most critical part of achieving motorcycle-like performance. Hub motors are popular for their simplicity, but if you really want to go fast, mid-drive motors offer better torque distribution and more efficient use of the bike's drivetrain. Some enthusiasts go for large hub motors that can handle high wattage, like 3,000 watts, 5,000 watts, or even more. With these kinds of power outputs, you can easily hit speeds well over 50 miles per hour. Controllers. The controller is the brain that regulates power flow from the battery to the motor. For those aiming to rival motorcycles, a high-capacity controller that can handle heavy current loads is essential. Tuning the controller is also key. Some builders tweak acceleration curves, regenerative braking, and other parameters to optimize performance. Frames and brakes. All this power would be useless if your bike frame can't handle it. DIY builders often reinforce or choose frames designed for higher speeds, ensuring the bike remains stable. Braking systems are also upgraded. Hydraulic disc brakes become a must at these speed levels. Some people even install motorcycle-grade suspension components for better handling and comfort. Wheels and tires. Finally, consider the wheels and tires. At motorcycle-level speeds, the friction, heat, and stress on your tires increase dramatically. Many high-speed DIY e-bike builders choose puncture-resistant tires with better grip to handle those scorching speeds. Still wondering how this can possibly beat a motorcycle? Stick around, because the raw power-to-weight ratio is where the magic truly unfolds, and we'll dive deeper into that soon. Section 4. Power-to-weight ratio. The real game changer. If you compare a standard motorcycle to a typical electric bike, the motorcycle usually wins, on paper. Motorcycles often have much larger engines measured in hundreds of cubic centimeters, capable of generating anywhere from 30 horsepower to well over 200 in high-performance superbikes. Meanwhile, an e-bike motor might only list a few kilowatts, equivalent to just a few horsepower. So how do some DIY e-bikes achieve faster acceleration or even higher top-end speed? Here's the key: power-to-weight ratio. Motorcycles have heavy frames, complex engines, and all the associated components: transmissions, large fuel tanks, exhaust systems, and so forth. A performance motorcycle might weigh 400 to 600 pounds or more. In contrast, an aggressively built e-bike might weigh 70 to 100 pounds. That's a fraction of the motorcycle's weight. Additionally, electric motors deliver torque instantly. There's no need to rev up through gears to get peak power. This means, in many scenarios, an e-bike can launch from a standstill much quicker than a motorcycle. Of course, sustaining top speeds for long durations is another story. Motorcycles have the advantage of large fuel supplies and robust builds designed specifically for stability at speed. But in a short sprint, or even on certain open roads, a cleverly built DIY e-bike can give a traditional motorcycle a serious run for its money. And now that you understand how it's possible, it's time to explore whether this is all just hype or if it genuinely lives up to the claims in real-world conditions. Stick around. Hey there, speed fanatics! Before we move on, I want to let you in on a secret. If you're intrigued by the world of electric bikes, whether you're a die-hard DIY enthusiast or just thinking of starting your journey, there's an amazing deal you need to check out in the description below. All About Bicycle is offering an exclusive 70% off on their comprehensive e-bike guides, parts, and accessories. You heard that right, 70% off. These products can help you take your e-bike dreams to the next level. They cover everything from basic battery safety to advanced custom builds, so you can accelerate your project with confidence. Be sure to check the link in the description after you finish watching this video. This might just be the deal that kickstarts your journey into making your own e-bike faster than a motorcycle. Section 5. Real-world examples of DIY e-bikes. Outperforming motorcycles, highway-capable commute. Imagine a bike built with a 72-volt battery and a 3,000-watt hub motor that can hit 50 miles per hour. That's a reality for some riders who use these custom bikes to commute on roads where you'd normally only see motorcycles. In stop-and-go traffic, the instant torque helps them zip past cars and other motorcyclists. Drag race warriors. There are YouTube videos and online forums dedicated to showcasing e-bikes that beat sports bikes in quarter-mile drag races. The key is acceleration. E-bikes reach their max torque right away, while a motorcycle has to shift gears and build up revs. In short distances, this can be a game changer. Off-road dominance. Some off-road enthusiasts have modified e-bikes with powerful mid-drive motors and massive battery packs to conquer trails with steep climbs. In many cases, they keep pace with or outperform dirt bikes over challenging terrain, thanks to the e-bike's superior torque and lighter weight. Now that you've seen some real-world examples, don't you want to see how it all comes together in action? Stay tuned, because next we'll talk about the engineering marvel and the safety considerations you must not overlook if you want to replicate this at home. Section 6. Engineering and safety considerations. Building a high-performance e-bike capable of outrunning motorcycles isn't just about chasing adrenaline. It's about doing it responsibly. Safety concerns multiply as you push speeds beyond the norm for bicycles. Frame strength and weight distribution. When you're hitting 40, 50, or even 60 miles per hour, the forces acting on your frame are exponentially higher than a standard bike. Reinforcing key stress points, such as the head tube and chainstays, can prevent catastrophic failures. Some builders use heavy-duty steel frames or even repurpose lightweight motorcycle frames to ensure structural integrity. High-performance brakes. Stopping from 50 miles per hour is vastly different than slowing down from 20 miles per hour on a normal bike. Hydraulic disc brakes with large rotors are an absolute must. Some extreme builds even adopt motorcycle caliber brakes for additional stopping power. Battery safety. As voltages and current outputs increase, so does the risk of battery fires or short circuits. Proper battery management systems, BMS, are non-negotiable. Builders must ensure that their battery packs are assembled with quality cells, secure connections, and robust insulation. Motor cooling. Running a high-watt motor continuously generates immense heat. Excessive heat can lead to motor damage, controller failure, or even battery deterioration. Some high-performance e-bike builders incorporate air or liquid cooling solutions for the motor and controller. Gear up. At these speeds, protective gear is essential. A standard bike helmet won't cut it if you wipe out at 50 miles per hour. Full-face helmets, motorcycle-grade jackets, gloves, and pads are recommended. This might not look like your typical weekend pedal around the park outfit, but it could save your life. If all this talk about safety isn't enough to deter you, you're in the right place. There's more to learn about the legal side of things and the ongoing debate of whether these bikes should be on the road at all. Keep watching. Section 7. The legality and ethical debate. One of the biggest controversies surrounding high-speed DIY e-bikes is their legality. In many places, e-bikes are regulated by speed or power limits, often around 20 to 28 miles per hour in the United States and 15.5 miles per hour, 25 kilometers per hour in parts of Europe. Once you exceed those speed limits, you're no longer categorized as an e-bike, but more akin to a moped or motorcycle, which requires registration, insurance, and a driver's license. This legal gray area leads to an ethical debate. Should you be allowed to ride a 50-mile-per-hour e-bike on bicycle lanes or public roads without the same checks and requirements a motorcyclist faces? Critics argue it's unsafe and undermines traffic laws. Enthusiasts counter that advanced e-bikes are the future of personal transport and regulations just haven't caught up yet. Wherever you stand, it's crucial to check your local regulations if you're planning a high-speed build. You don't want to invest time and money only to find your new creation can't legally be ridden anywhere. Section 8. Comparing DIY e-bike costs to motorcycles. Let's talk money. Motorcycles can be expensive to purchase, insure, and maintain. A typical brand new motorcycle can run anywhere from a few $1,000s to tens of thousands, especially for performance models. DIY e-bikes, on the other hand, have a different cost structure. Initial build cost. A high-end DIY build might cost anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 or more, depending on the quality of components. That may sound high for a bicycle, but compared to a brand new motorcycle of similar performance, it can be a bargain. Running costs. Electricity is significantly cheaper than gasoline, and e-bikes require less frequent maintenance compared to motorcycles. You won't have to deal with oil changes, complex engine maintenance, or expensive registration and insurance, depending on local laws, of course. Longevity. Good quality batteries last several years before their capacity starts to drop. While eventually, you'll need to replace the battery pack, you'll also never have to deal with the typical mechanical wear and tear found in combustion engines. For a fraction of the cost, you could own a personal transport vehicle that's shockingly quick. The idea of saving money while having faster than motorcycle speeds might be tempting, right? There's more to this story. Let's explore the future of DIY e-bikes and how they'll shape personal transportation. Section 9. The future of high-speed e-bikes. With battery technology evolving rapidly, it's almost certain that high-speed DIY e-bikes will become even more accessible. New chemistries like solid-state batteries promise greater energy density, faster charging times, and enhanced safety. Motors will become more efficient and lightweight, pushing performance to new heights. In the future, we might see modular battery packs that you can swap out in seconds, smart controllers that use AI to adapt power output for different road conditions, regenerative braking systems that drastically extend range, customizable frames produced by 3D printing, perfect for handling higher speeds. If technology continues on this trajectory, e-bikes could overtake motorcycles in mainstream appeal, offering comparable performance at a lower cost, all while being greener and quieter. Before we wrap up, let's not forget that if you want to step into the future of high-speed e-bikes, All About Bicycle has that incredible 70% off deal waiting for you in the description below. This resource could be the game changer that guides you step by step. Whether you're aiming for a modest boost in power or dreaming of outdoing motorcycles, don't let this opportunity slip by. Click that link after you finish watching. Section 10. Final thoughts and call to action. So there you have it. Why are some DIY electric bikes faster than motorcycles? The combination of instant torque, high voltage battery packs, and a fantastic power-to-weight ratio can create a machine that defies expectations. Sure, a motorcycle is still a formidable piece of engineering, but with the right parts and know-how, a dedicated enthusiast can build an e-bike that not only competes, but sometimes even outperforms standard motorcycles in acceleration and top speed. But remember, speed is not without its consequences. If you decide to venture into the realm of high-speed e-bikes, do your research, adhere to local laws, and most importantly, prioritize safety. Helmets, protective gear, and responsible riding are crucial. Lastly, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel for more deep dives into electric bikes, personal mobility tech, and beyond. Don't forget to like this video if you found it eye-opening, and comment below with your thoughts on the future of high-speed e-bikes. We want to hear if you're ready to build one, or if you think it's all too good to be true. Thanks for riding along with us today. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the wild world of DIY electric bikes. Are they truly the future? Could they eventually replace or even surpass motorcycles in mainstream appeal? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. The innovation happening in garages and workshops around the globe is nothing short of extraordinary. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe. Trust me, we have so much more coming up that you won't want to miss. And if you're as excited as we are about building or customizing your own bike, remember to check out the description below for that 70% off special deal from All About Bicycle. It's an incredible resource to help you on your journey to creating or enhancing your very own e-bike dream machine. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, tap it so you can stay in the loop with all our future updates, tips, and product reviews. This channel is all about empowering you to embrace the future of personal transportation. Until next time, ride safe, have fun, and remember, the power to transform an ordinary bike into something extraordinary rests right in your own hands. Take care.